Good afternoon, welcome to your Wednesday workout. There is a little bit of sun here, over there. It's not as sunny as it was promised, but it's still a little bit sunny. So, sunny Suffolk in my mum's front garden. So I'm going to do a workout today with a band. I've got a resistance band, mine's quite long. If you've got any sort of band, that would be great. If you've got a band with handles, that's really, really good for some of the standing up exercises that we're going to do, but if you haven't, don't worry, just make use of whatever you've got. If your band's not long enough, we'll find ways to make it a bit easier, and if you haven't got a band at all, not a problem, you can still do all the exercises without a band. Good afternoon, thank you for joining me. So I'm going to start off standing, and then I'm going to go down and do some exercises on the floor. So we'll see how we go, and if the sun goes away, we'll see how cold I am. So I'm just going to put the band down for a minute and we'll do a quick warm up. Let me just move this down so you can see. Okay, so feet hip distance apart, you're facing forward, your knees a little bit soft, your pelvis nice and neutral. You've got your string pulling your head up towards the ceiling, you're standing up nice and tall. You've got your shoulders rolled back and your shoulder blades are sliding down the back of your ribs nice and flat. And of course your pelvic floor is lifted up nice and tight. Stopping yourself having a wee, your tummy squeezed in nice and tight. You're imagining you're pulling your belly button in towards your spine, and you're imagining that somebody punched you in the stomach, it would bounce off because your core muscles are engaged, and you're breathing nice and deeply. So you're going to breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Hopefully the cars won't be too noisy here in sunny Suffolk. So let's just start off just a gentle one with the head. So you're going to breathe in front, breathe out, turn. So I'm breathing in at front and breathing out as you turn. We'll just do a quick warm up. I'm not doing anything really strenuous today, so we'll just do a quick warm up. Just some nice exercises that you can just add a band to. So then you're going to drop your chin down to your chest and then up if that's comfortable. Drop the chin down to the chest and up. It's a little bit windy. Nothing fall over. Ears to go to your shoulder. And the other way. So then back to the shoulders. So shoulders rolling back, shoulder blades sliding down, and you squeezing together. Just do a couple of these up and down, up and down, up and down, and up and down, and then squeeze the shoulders forward and squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back, squeeze them forward and back, forwards and back, and forwards and back, and then roll the shoulders again. We will of course do my favourite exercise, the dumb waiter. So elbows tucked into your waist, you're opening up your chest, you are feeling your shoulders rotating round and your shoulder blades squeezing together behind you. Always a lovely exercise for everybody to do. Lovely, let's just make that a little bit bigger. So we get the arms up, out to the side, back to the middle and down. Squeeze the tummy in. And you're thinking about the shoulders being relaxed down away from your ears, not letting them punch up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back. Squeeze, 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 and back. And them up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Back. We'll do one more of those. Up. Squeeze, 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 and back and down. And roll the shoulders again. Okay, I'm going to do a bow and arrow, so your arms are out, so you're going to bring back the bow and arrow. Breathe in as you breathe out, bring back the bow and arrow. Keeping the shoulders relaxed down, away from your ears. Punch up, so just imagine it pulling back your ears. Lovely. Okay, and then I'm going to do a nice VW. So you're going to have your arms up in a V shape, and then you're going to bring your elbows down into a W shape. So you do a V, then your W. Shoulders staying down. So what you don't want is that. Then you've got the shoulders drawing down away from you. So you've got your V shape, but your shoulders are down. W shape. Your shoulder blades sliding down the back of your ribs. I know I nag a lot about the shoulder blades. Really important to try and keep them relaxed down away from your ears. Thank you. Lovely. Okay, we're going to do a nice and gentle twist. So bend your knees. I'm just going to do a nice swing round keep the tummy tight. Of course, as always, listen to your body and only do things that are suitable for you. So if you've got any injuries or anything hurts, please don't do it. Take care to do what's suitable for you. And then we will do a nice gentle side bend, so just sliding down the side. Sliding down the side. Keep the tummy nice and tight. Fast. Sunny Suffolk. Okay, I've got a gentleman joining in over there. Fantastic. Lovely gentleman in the street joining in with the exercises. Very good. Oh, I love it. Sunny Suffolk. Beautiful. Okay, so then we're going to do some knee bends. So knee bend up onto your toes if you can. Then knee bend up onto your toes. Shoulders are down. And onto your toes. Now, if you can, and you're not going to fall over, little knee bend up onto your toes. Stay up on your toes as you bring your arms up. Oh, that's pretty impressive of me because I'm standing on a hill. So up onto your toes, lift up the pelvic floor, squeeze in the tummy. Relax the arms down as you stay up on your toes. Up on your toes, bring the arms down. We'll do that one more time. Lovely. Okay, so then we're going to just swish the leg out to the side and then lift the knee up to the front. So swish the leg out to the side, lift up the knee, swish and lift. With anything you're doing on one foot, you can always hold on to the wall or the chair or the table, whatever you need to do. And then the other side, swish, stand up nice and tall, lift up the pelvic floor, tighten up the tummy, swish, lift and a swish. And a lift. Beautiful. All right, and roll the shoulders again. So that's a nice quick warm up. So I'm going to grab my band. So the ones I'm going to do to start, if you had one with handles, they're much better. But I didn't bring that one today. I brought this one. So I'm going to put it underneath both of my feet. If your band is too short to enable you to do this, so I'm going to put mine under one foot. Put it under one foot, so then it's going to be a little bit easier. So if your band is shorter, you could do this sitting down. You could do it sitting down on a chair, and then that would be a little bit easier. So I'm going to have it under one foot, standing up nice and tall, squeezing the tummy. So I'm just going to take the arms up to the side and keeping the palms facing down. So I normally do this with bands with handles, or I do this with weights. But I just wanted to do something today that everybody might have one of these bands. So for one reason or another. My mum's got one inside, but she's just doing her stretches with the physio. So after the physio's going to put a band like this. Might not be as long as this. Okay, so I'm then going to do the same thing, but this time I'm going to turn my palms to face the front. If it's dodgy on your wrists, if it feels uncomfortable on your wrists, and it's not nice, let's just do it without the band. It's not a problem. So you're working your shoulders, your arms are quite straight. And then for the next two, I'm just going to put the band underneath the other foot. It doesn't really matter, but just to make sure that I'm nice and even. Band underneath the other foot. So this time your palms are going to be facing the back. So you're just lifting up to make sure it's even. Make sure one side's not longer than the other, otherwise you'll be lopsided. So your shoulders are staying down, your arms are nice and straight. You're tightening up the tummy. Lifting up the pelvic floor. I've lost count of how many I've done. To do 8 of each, but who knows how many I've done. And the last one, your palms are going to be facing upwards. Again, your shoulders are down and your arms are quite straight. Don't forget to breathe. I'm feeling this quite in my arms and my shoulders now. Okay, we'll do an easy one next. That's the hard one. Roll the shoulders. So if you can, have the band underneath 2 feet. If that's too hard, have the band underneath 1 foot. If that's too hard, you can sit down and do it. I'm going to tuck the elbows into the waist to do the biceps. So you're just moving the forearms. The top of your arms are staying nice and still, attached to your body. Nice and easy. Squeeze the tummy in. Lovely. Okay, we're going to do in this same position the dumb waiter. So your elbows stay tucked in. You're doing the dumb waiter. So it's a little bit harder, obviously, because you've got the resistance of the band. It's the same exercise. So your shoulder blades are squeezing together. behind you. You're opening up the chest. Lovely. And then we're going to do circles. So nice little circles. Keep the elbows attached to your waist. Soft the other way. There's a lot of shuffling here. Lovely. Okay, have a little rest. So what else can we do with the arms? I'm going to do triceps. So you can have the band under both feet, have it under one foot, or sit down to do this if it's too difficult. Triceps. Hands on your waist, your elbows are back, shoulders are down. You're going to just take your arms straight back behind you. So don't let the shoulders lift up, you want the shoulders relaxed, you want the elbows tucked in, you're just taking the arms straight back behind you to work your triceps, these muscles here, which really often need work because that's the ones that get set as you get older. This is quite hard work for me because I don't really use this band for these sort of exercises. I use the handled band and lighter, so this is a bit hard. Well, that's good for me, isn't it? Okay, well, shoulders. Right, so we've done that. Let's do... Oh, I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to have the feet nice and wide. And I'm going to do a VW. So we did the VW without the band. So your, so you can see your arms are in a V shape and they're coming down behind you into a W shape. So depending on where you're holding the band and how easy it would be, if it's too short, it might not work. If it's too short and it's not comfortable, you can bring the hands down in front and the band down in front of your face. So you're still doing a V shape and a W shape with your arms, ideally behind you. You're really sliding the shoulder blades down the back of the ribs. You're also trying not to let the ribs lift up, so you bring the back to arch, the ribs lift, or keeping the ribs focused down towards the pelvis. Okay. Biceps and triceps, and one more I thought of. Band under both feet or under one foot if that's better for you. So I'm going to have my arms straight and we're just going to take them back behind us. So let me do fast ones. So I'm going to do fast ones. We're working your rear deltoid muscles. So your shoulders are down, arms are nice and straight, your palms are facing behind you. Just go straight back. Nice and slow, feeling the shoulders, shoulder blades squeezing together. Okay, then you're going to have, your thumbs are going to come behind you. So your thumbs are each other, so thumbs behind you. Last ones, keep the shoulders straight. It's much easier to do this with the elbows bent. You want to try and keep the arms straight, sorry, not shoulders. You need to cut the arms straight and then you're working your shoulders. Let's do some slow ones, so squeeze the shoulder blades together and really feel the thumbs coming together behind your bottom. Lovely, and then we're going to do palms facing together as if you're clapping your hands behind your back. So you should at this point really feel the shoulder blades squeezing together. If you're not, then there's something wrong. Shoulder blades squeezing together, arms are nice and straight, you should be feeling it. And then slow ones. Oh, that's fast. Don't forget to tighten up your tummy. When you're focusing on the arms and the shoulders, you might let go of the tummy. So try to really tighten up the pelvic floor, draw in the tummy, keep those muscles engaged, that will help. Lovely. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down onto my knees to do a couple of exercises down onto my knees. So you can have your knee, if it's not comfortable on your knees, you can sit, whatever works for you. I'm going to have the band doubled up. I'm going to do a side bend. So you're tightening up your pelvic floor and you're squeezing on your tummy. I'm going to have my arms up. In fact, I'm going to start with my arms down. So I'm just going to do just a nice gentle side bend. So that's really quite easy with the arms straight out in front of you. Just taking just a side bend, like we did at the beginning in the warm-up, just a nice gentle side bend over to the side, but then you can make it a little bit harder. If you take your arms a bit higher, it's going to be a little bit harder, so you've got longer levers, more weight at the top. So you do really need to tighten up your tummy when you're doing side bends, particularly harder ones with the arms. Lovely. And then if you are far up to it. You can take the arms up even higher. Don't forget the shoulders though. You don't want the shoulders up here and the shoulders down here. Squeeze the tummy, and you can do it as slowly as you want to. Don't forget to breathe. If you have any back problems, then be very careful and only do what is comfortable for you. Lovely. No idea how many I've done. Can't count and talk at the same time. Okay, lovely. So that's just like roll your shoulders. Okay, we'll do just a nice gentle spine twist. So we did a normal twist just like this with the swinging. So if you do it with your arms out, it's a little bit harder. So it's quite nice on your knees because your pelvis is going to stay still. You're not twisting. So you're twisting from the waist. You're keeping the shoulders down. You're squeezing the tummy. I'm down on my knees. I've got more to do standing up, so I'm going to stand back up again. I apologise, and I'm going to do a few on the floor. So we're doing some standing up. If you need to hold on to something, you can do that. I'm going to put the band underneath one foot, and I'm going to hold it up nice and tight in the opposite arm. So hold on to something if you need to. Stand up tall, pelvic floor is lifted, and tummy squeezed in. So you're just going to lift that leg. Hold it wherever it's comfortable for you. Just lift that leg to the front. Nice tight tummy. And nice tight pelvic floor. Okay, then we're going to take it to the side, so your legs going out to the side, so you can hold it wherever it's comfortable. Your band's shorter, you can take it further down your leg. Breathing. Okay, I'm going to do some little ones to the back, so you can leave forwards a little bit. Don't go too far. Tummy tight. Don't let the back arch. You need to tighten up your buttocks and engage those glutes. Most importantly, squeeze the tummy in. Lovely. Okay, so now if you have had enough on this leg and it's hurting your hip and you want to swap legs and do forwards, side and back on the other leg. I'm going to carry on with this leg and then do the other one. So I'm going to do semicircles. So you're going to take this leg around the other leg in a semicircle. So you're squeezing the tummy in. Of course, if you're not holding on to something, you're working on your balance. Just always working on your core muscles, which is good. And then I've got one more set and onto the other leg. So then you're going to swish the leg in front of you and then lift it up to the side. Whoops. Swish in front and lift to the side. Standing up nice and tall. Squeezing the tummy in. You haven't forgotten your pelvic floor. You haven't forgotten to breathe. That is it. Okay, then if you've done everything on one leg like me, you'll probably feel this hip really complaining a little bit. So now we'll swap legs. And if you swap legs before, you're now going to do the semicircle. So I'm going to swish and lift. So, and underneath your foot, we are taking it up to the front. So you're trying to keep your leg quite straight. Of course, you can always do these ones sitting down as well. I might do something with the band sitting down on Friday, similar to these. Lovely. Then you're going to go to the side. You're standing up tall and you're squeezing your tummy in. Okay, then you're going to go to the back. When you do the ones to the back, don't make them too big. Tighten up the glutes, tighten up the tummy. You don't want your back to arch into that. Not too big. Any issues, then don't do it. Lovely, so then we've got the semicircles. Round in a semicircle. Oops. Don't worry if you're wobbly, that's okay. So when you wobble, and your core muscles will tighten up to try and stop you from falling over, so that's all good. Woo! Lovely. Okay, and then the last little set of these, and then we will go down to the floor, swish across the front, lift up to the side, swish, and lift, nice and tall. Start to feel in the opposite hip. Breathing, use your breathing to help you. Alright, that is that. Okay, so Going down onto the floor, let's just move this, you can see me. Around it a little bit. It's a bit damp, but never mind. Okay, so I'm going to do roll-ups. So, favourite use of this band. So, I'm doing it with my legs straight, sitting up nice and tall. Depends on the shape of your spine, how easy it is to sit up nice and tall. So, I'm going to tuck the bottom under and squeeze the tummy as you roll back over tiny little ones. So, you're focusing on tilting that pelvis and tucking the bottom under. You hold the band nice and tight, you've got lots of support, so it's easier. This is why it's really, really nice to use the band for this. So if it's comfortable, then you can go down further, that's great, but do keep the tummy squeezed in. So you're tucking the bottom under, squeezing the tummy in. So you're breathing in, and as you breathe out, that's when you tuck under. You can breathe in at the bottom and breathe out to come up, or you can breathe in as you come up, don't mind. Whatever works for you. But generally, with Pilates, you want to be breathing out with the movement that is the most effort. Okay, so you could, if you wanted to, add in the arms. So if you take the arms out to the side, it will be a little bit harder. Squeeze the tummy in, tucking the bottom under, keeping the shoulders relaxed. You could do a lovely bow and arrow like we did a bow and arrow at the beginning. So you're just bringing back your elbow. Tucking under, squeezing the tummy. The further back you go, the harder it's going to get your core muscles. So always make it easier by making the movement smaller. So take it out to the side. And a bow and arrow, whatever you want to do. Really quite nice. Exercise. That's the side. Alright, that's enough of those. You could go all the way back if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that today, but if you are comfortable, you can just go all the way back to lie down, take a nice deep breath in, and all the way back, but smoothly do that. Go to the side. I should have brought something to lie on. I didn't think about the grass being a little bit damp. Can you see me now? I'm going to turn slightly forward. So I've got my top leg straight and my underneath leg bent. I'm going to lie down on the side and I'm going to tuck the band underneath this bent knee. So that's just to tighten up the band, to make it tighter. You can relax down on this arm, you can have a cushion, a pillow, whatever works for you. So this leg is straight, your tummy's squeezed in, your hips are stacked in a nice straight line. You hold onto the band to make it nice and tight. You're just going to lift and lower this top leg. So your leg's nice and straight. If you want to work harder, imagine that you're lifting up your waist off of the floor. Nice deep breathing. And then you're going to do some circles. So tiny little circles, keeping the leg nice and straight. Try to keep the body still. Nothing's moving above the hips. Everything's staying still. Don't forget to breathe. And back the other way. So squeeze the tummy in. Legs go. So turn back the other way. You can spend ages doing these, but that is enough. So I'm going to do one more set. I'm going to swap sides. So take the band out. You're going to take your leg forward, nice and straight. You're going to lift it up, back down, and then back to where it came from. So your hips staying still. Leg goes forward, lift it straight up, back down to the floor, and then back. When you're lifting the leg up, you're trying not to let the hips roll back. You're trying to keep the hips stacked in a nice straight line. You're also trying to keep everything above your hips still, not letting that move. Lovely. Okay. How many have I done? I'm going to do two more. I think that's probably 8. Squeeze the tummy in. Don't forget to breathe. Side now. So band is around your top foot. You're going to tuck it underneath the underneath knee. You're going to keep this leg nice and straight. Relax down on the pillow or on your arm. the tummy in. So the legs go forward, squeeze the tummy in as you lift it up and down. You can try to keep the waist lifted, but it is much harder. Two more of these, and I'm just going to do one more little exercise. Okay, so that's quite hard work. Okay, let's just do one more. I'm going to do one more lying down. So, you can see me. I'm going to lie down with the band around my foot. Okay, so you can relax down, relax your head down. So this leg's nice and straight, the other leg's bent. You're just going to do little circles. So the tricky bit with this is to keep the pelvis still. So all you're going to do is tiny little leg circles, but you're going to try not to let the other knee move. So you need to relax down. I'm just looking up and see what I can see. You can see me. So that looks nice and straight. It doesn't have to be a big circle. Just trying to keep the pelvis flat. So I'm going to go back the other way. If you can make the circle bigger, you can do, but you need to try and keep this knee still and the pelvis flat, so you're trying not to let the pelvis tilt at all. It's quite nice with the band. We do this without the band, but it's quite nice doing it with support. Okay, that is that. I'm going to do the other leg and the other leg. So this is straight. This is straight. Squeeze the tummy in, relax the head down. Tighten up the tummy, you've got little circles. You're trying to keep this knee still and the pelvis nice and still. Breathing. Alright, I am going to leave it there. There's lots of other things I could do with the band. I could do stretches with the band, but I'm not going to do that today. I'll save that for another day. So that was just a few little exercises that you could incorporate your band into. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back on Friday with a seated class, probably with the band. And then I might be a little bit quiet over the next few weeks because I'm really busy before I go on holiday. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. Bye bye.